Welcome to All Things Marketing Podcast, the podcast that talks all things marketing for both franchise and multi-location marketing leaders. ATM is brought to you by Pure Driven. We'll show you how to turn your brand into a money-making machine. Here's your host, Steve Rockwood.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Franchise ATM. My name is Steve Rockwood. I'm the marketing manager here at Pure Driven. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to keep it simple when it comes to digital marketing, especially social media marketing, and how to become efficient at running your own social media marketing platforms. All right, so the first step is keeping it simple. And the first step in keeping it simple is creating a strategy that works for you. So if you haven't watched the Crash Course podcast, I should say listen to. If you haven't listened to the Crash Course podcasts on the different social networks, you should go back and do that after this because it will really help you create that strategy with the advice in those. So the first thing is create a strategy that's doable. Now, when I say doable, I mean create something that you have the capacity to actually do on a weekly basis. It's easy to create this advanced strategy that makes a ton of sense for your business, but if you don't have the right staff to run it, it's not going to work. So keep it simple enough that you can run it with the help of your staff, or if you need to hire an agency to help you with that strategy. But when you're just starting off, keep it simple, make it so you could do it. So easy a caveman could do it. I've heard that somewhere before. Anyway, moving on. Set time in your calendar to actually act on that strategy. So it's easy to create a strategy and then not find the time to actually create the content. So make sure that you actually section off time, whether you use Google or Outlook or have your own system for keeping your calendar. Put some time aside every week to actually work on your social media. Next up is your posting strategy. So we talked about the strategy before. The posting strategy is really just deciding what content is going to be posted when. So on Facebook, for instance, you want to do 1 to 2 posts per day. So decide what posts you want to do. So maybe 4 times a week, you're going to source some articles. And then 2 times a week, you're going to post some memes. And then 5 times a week, you're going to post in-store content, in-store photos. And then maybe twice a week, you're going to post events that are coming up for your store. That's your strategy. Now lay that out on a calendar and you're golden. Just make sure you hit all those numbers every week. Make sure you make a post for each of those and you're in perfect shape. Next up, I talk about this a lot in the Crash Course, especially the Facebook Crash Course. Work on a template. So make a template that you can use repeatedly for your images. So it makes it a lot easier. So for instance, if you're doing a lot of in-store photos, maybe make a little frame with your logo and store location somewhere in the frame and just keep putting your in-store photos into that frame. So every time you save it, you can just put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, and you have a customized frame so it looks more professional. So make a template so it's easy to repeatedly post content and really just a cookie cutter way to create content every week with new images and the new content that you source. Next up, speaking of sources, make a resource list. So find trusted websites that have resources that you'd like to share with your audience, with your target market, and basically create a list of those so that whenever you need content, whenever that time comes around for the week on your calendar to start working on your social media, you can open up that template, you can open up that document with this resource list on it, start going to those websites and see what new content they have that you might want to post. Finally, you want to schedule those. So I recommend scheduling stuff in advance, especially if you're really busy and you only have 1 or 2 times every week that you get to focus on your social media. So make sure to schedule things in advance, and then throughout the week, just pop on and look, see if people are engaging, interacting, and then you can respond when you can. All right, so you want to respond as soon as possible to comments, but if you don't have the time to monitor, this is where the next step comes in, and that is to delegate tasks. So if you don't have enough time to monitor your social media and you don't have enough time to maybe source the content, delegate those tasks to other people within your company. If you're a one-man or one-woman show, maybe this is the time to hire an agency, or maybe it's time when you hire your first staff member to make sure that they are also savvy on the digital marketing front, the social media side, so that they can run some of this for you. The best way to get some of your in-store content is just to let your employees use their phones to take pictures. Let them get creative for an hour or two and put together outfits or different displays from your store and take pictures of them. And then you can use that content on your social media, drop those into your template from before, and you're golden. So that is my crash course in efficient social media. I hope that helps. There's also third-party tools out there that will help you with this. So if you want a post-scheduling tool, there's plenty out there. Some of them even offer content. So you can put what industry you're in, they'll offer content. So you can use those as well, and they're quite affordable. So that is my crash course in social media efficiency. I hope that helps you, and I will see you here next time on Franchise ATM. Have a good day.
You just listened to All Things Marketing Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch every new episode every day. Want to be a guest on the show? Sign up at puredriven.com/guest. See you tomorrow here at the ATM.